Hello there everyone, welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree, and today we're talking about all the makeup I wore this week. I have been wanting to do a video like this for a long time. One of my biggest pet peeves, it's funny, I just watched Lynette's video. She did a video today about her pet peeves in the beauty community and just stuff like that, and it was so much fun to watch. But one of my biggest pet peeves is when people talk about stuff and they're obsessed. I'm obsessed with it. It's my new favorite. I use it all the time, and then you never hear them talk about it again. They'll never mention it ever again. And I do it all the time because I don't really have a series or anything like that on my channel where I talk about stuff I'm currently using and loving. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to show every Saturday all the stuff I used for the week. And I loved it so much because I knew I was going to do this video. So on Sunday, I kind of made more of an effort to pick stuff that I don't talk about very often or I don't really use that much on my videos. So I thought it was just so much fun for me. I am going to do this every single Saturday, so hopefully you guys like it. I like to make videos I want to watch, so this is a video I would want to watch from someone else. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to show you all the stuff I used. I'm going to separate it real quick into categories so we're not pulling out just random stuff, so just give me 1 second to do that. And we're back. Okay, so foundations. This one I actually use every day besides yesterday. It's the No. 7 City Light Tinted Moisturizer. I love this. I love this a lot. It's one of my favorite finds of the entire year. And I started using it again a lot more regularly because I noticed the expiration dates coming up February. And I wanted to make sure that I was using it all and not just letting it sit there. And I really love this a lot. It is a tinted moisturizer. It's so lightly tinted though. Like it's barely there. But I love it. There's just something about it that I really love. It has SPF 15, which is awesome. It does say daily protection from environmental stressors and sheer skin perfecting color. It is very, very sheer. It's just a little something. It's a little something for your skin. If you're doing no makeup all day, it's literally a little something, like barely. But I don't know what it is. I just really love it. I enjoy using this a lot. And yeah, I love this. So I used it all week besides yesterday. Oh, the sun has been going in and out like drastically all morning. So obviously get prepared for that. Anyway, another thing, that's another one of my pet peeves. People complain about the lighting all the time in their videos. I don't even know why I said that. Anyway, moving on. I use the Rimmel Lasting Finish Foundation. I really like this. The original one was the best one, I think. It was one that I had bought over and over. I repurchased. I loved it. So I wanted to try out their new one. It's really good too. For some reason, I feel like this oxidizes. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know. I feel like it oxidizes a little bit, but not in a noticeable way. But yeah, it's a really good foundation. I really like this a lot. I know a lot of people have a problem with the giant applicator. I don't know why people don't like this. It's the same as just a lip gloss or a liquid lipstick or a concealer, but in a foundation, for some reason, people think it's weird. But I really like this foundation. It's also really lightweight as well, kind of like the other product. It does say it's medium coverage. For me, I feel like it's light coverage, but yeah, I do like it. I use this every day. It's the No. 7 Hide the Blemish concealer. I use it as eyelid primer. I like this a lot. It's creamy, kind of dries down to a powder. Really enjoy it. Another face product that I used a couple times. Oh no, when did I use this? Because I thought I used the No. 7 every day, but obviously I used this one of the days. This is the Cover FX Click Stick Foundation. They did discontinue this. Obviously it's teeny tiny and it's the full size, believe it or not. This is a really good foundation. I like this foundation stick a lot. I really enjoy this. I wish they didn't discontinue it, but it was very expensive for what it was. It kind of reminds me of the L'Oreal stick foundation, which I really, really love. So yeah, I'm not going to talk about it too much because it is discontinued. The concealers I used, the two that I'm really loving right now, are the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. I really like this. I would almost say this feels like a high-end concealer. I really enjoy it a lot. It has a really nice coverage to it, but it's not like a masking kind of coverage. But it's also not lightweight. But yeah, it's awesome. I would buy this again. And then the other one I really love is the Infallible Pro Glow from L'Oreal. I really like this, and that's it. It's kind of really a lightweight concealer as well. It's definitely more of like, I don't want to say sheer, but it's definitely light. It's a light coverage concealer, which is definitely something I like in a concealer, and I really liked that one. I ran out of my favorite Origins concealer, so I started using this one from Makeup Revolution. It's the Conceal and Define Full Coverage. This is awesome. This is a really good concealer. It covers exactly what I want, the coverage that I want. It's not a full coverage concealer. Hold on a second. How does a dog find stuff to chew on? I don't know. But anyway, I really enjoy this a lot. It blends easy. It covers all day long. It doesn't wear down at all. I don't want to buy anything from this brand anymore, so when I run out of this, I'm going to be sad, but I really like this concealer a lot. And then some powders. Oh, I also use the Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector. I use this every day. I'm not going to talk about the same products every single week, so this is something I use every day. I probably won't mention it next time because I don't want to talk about the same stuff all the time. I love this powder. This is a little powder I got in the Ipsy bag. It's the Extraordinary Translucent Powder from Ciate. This is awesome! I love this. I get a little tiny like highlight brush. I set my under eyes with it and I think it's really good. It's a super like white powder, but it is translucent and it's awesome. I use it all over my face too once in a while and it kind of like sets everything in place, kind of mattifies, but I like this a lot. I really enjoy using that. And then another powder I busted out is the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. I always forget that I have this. I'm not a big fan of loose powders. I feel like they're just kind of cakey. I just don't like the way they look at my face, but this powder is awesome. I am wearing this powder today. I like this a lot. I use a big fluffy brush. I kind of set everything. I'm not like packing the powder on to bake or anything. That's not really my thing. I kind of use it just to set and like buff around my face, and I really enjoy this a lot. I forgot to mention this primer. This is the Laura Geller Spackle Tinted Under Makeup Primer in the shade Ethereal. I use this all the time. This is one of my favorite things I bought this year. It is a, let's see if I can show you in a concentrated swatch. Kind of. It has kind of like a gold kind of pink undertone, like, I don't know, like glow to it. I love the way this looks underneath makeup. I love the way it looks on my bare skin. I love this primer a lot. I absolutely am so happy that I ever bought it. Where do we go next? Eyebrows. I'm also not going to mention these again because I use them same things every day. The L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer Pencil. This is my favorite brow pencil. I've tried the Anastasia one and I did not like that pencil at all. I found it like would separate on my eyebrows. Like it would turn into all these little dots everywhere and it kind of would fade away. It was really weird. So this one I buy all the time. I love it. My favorite number 7 little eyebrow kit here. I use this every single day. And then the NYX Control Freak Gel. I'm only going to mention these ones because I use them every day. Where do we go next? Bronzer. The only bronzer I used all week is the Too Faced Sweetie Pie Bronzer. This is one of my favorite bronzers. I love it, and I don't think I've ever talked about it. It did come with a little bit of overspray on here, literally 2 dusts of your brush and it's gone. And I know a lot of people found this product kind of weird because it's bronzer, but it has some little blush colors in there, and it's called Radiant Matte Bronzer. I don't think it's a matte bronzer. It's definitely there's a little something to it that makes it not completely matte. And I love it because I also love a bronzer that's not all the way brown. I like a little red, kind of pink orange tone to my bronzer. And this is exactly that. This gives me exactly what I want in a bronzer. And I love it. I use this every day. I love it a lot. My next step would be highlighters. The 2 highlighters I used all week were the Becca Rose Quartz. This is one of my favorite highlighters I own. I think this is just super beautiful. When this came out, I remember wanting to buy 2 of them. And I went back to the site right away to get another one, and it was already sold out. You could kind of see it there. It has a really pinky kind of undertone to it. I think this is one of the best highlighters Becca's ever made. It's one of my absolute favorites. And then I used, it's a lot of fingerprints. The Cover FX, what is this called? Perfect Highlighting Palette. This is, let me show you this way. This is an awesome palette. I got this at Ulta. I happened to see it sitting there. It was on sale. And I love it. I primarily love this one and that pink one there. I do dip into the white every now and then. I'm not a big white highlighter fan. But this one here doesn't look white on my skin, which I really appreciate. I love the quality of the Cover FX highlighters. I think they're awesome. And I use that every day. I'm going to show you a blush now that, don't freak out because it is old. But it's one of the best products Maybelline ever came out with. I have the entire collection. Every one they ever made, I have all of them. And I use them, and they're still really good. It's the Master Glaze Blush Sticks. Why did they get rid of these? I will never know. I know it's old. I know that might be gross to you, but guess what? It still works. It's still just as freaking creamy as the day I bought it. These blush sticks are superior. They're amazing. They are just the most blendable, most beautiful. They last all day. They dry nicely. They don't stay sticky on your face. I blend it out just a little bit here. They're so natural looking, and I love them. I absolutely love them, and I don't use them as much as I should because I don't know. I just feel like they're limited edition, and I feel like if I ever talk about them in a video, people are going to think it's really gross because they're old. But they're mine. They're only mine. I'm the only one using them. I don't think it's gross. They don't smell weird. They work fine. It's my makeup, you know, whatever. But yeah, I love this thing. That's all I got to say about it. Another blush I use, I got this recently from Sally's. I was going to do a Sally Beauty haul, and then I kind of just didn't do it. I don't know why. But this is from Femme Couture. It's the Rosé All Day Powder Blush. I've never tried anything from this brand, but this looked really pretty. And I mean, I know a lot of brands do a blush just like this, but this is very beautiful. I loved using this. This is something I'm going to continue using. I'm not putting it away just because it's the end of the week. I loved this a lot, and yeah, it's highly pigmented. I used a bigger brush with it, but I just love the compact size. It's not overly packaged. I like it a lot, and it's the shade called Pinched Petals. It's the Get Rosy Powder Blush. Really liked it. And then I used the Cotton Candy Champagne Blush Lighter Palette from Beauty Bakerie. Holy moly, these blushes are so good. I mean, look how beautiful the selection of blushes is here. They're called Blush Lighter because they are very, what's the word? What's the right word? Anyway, those are them right there. They're very shiny. They're shiny blushes. They all have a shimmer to them, but it's not, no, I wouldn't say shimmer, I'd say sheen. They're all a sheeny kind of formula. No glitter, no sparkle, nothing like that. Oh, look at my little swatch marks. I have loved every single shade in this palette. I reach for one of these every day other than the days I was using this. I look forward to using this palette in the morning. Like I get ready for work and I'm like, where's my palette? I just love the quality of these. They're smooth, they're creamy, they blend well. They're not overly pigmented, but they have a lot of pigment. It's beautiful. This is a great palette. I want to try more from this brand, but I don't really know anything about them. I know they just recently came to Ulta, so if you have any recommendations, let me know. Another two little products I use this e.l.f. I'm trying to call it e.l.f. now because I always call it ELF and everyone else calls it e.l.f. Total Face Palette. It looks like this. And it has these 4 things in here. This bronzer is really nice. It's very light. It takes forever to build up, but once you get it on your face, it looks super natural and lovely. The blushes look very similar. They also take forever to build up, but they're also very natural. Like, this is a very natural looking palette. I'm glad I have it. I don't hate it. I think it's fine quality. I think it's a very natural, like I just said, on natural days. And yeah, I used it a few days and I liked it. And then this palette, I'm trying to use this one more because I don't really like it that much. It's the Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked palette from Hourglass. I like the other one a lot more. But I used this highlighter in here, and it's the shade Metallic Strobe Powder Champagne Strobe Light. I used this highlighter one of the days this week, and it's so pretty. This one up here. It does say it's a metallic, but it doesn't come off metallic on your face. Obviously, like this, it kind of does, but with the brush, it looks so good. I really like this. It has some sparkle in it, and I thought it was really pretty, so I'm trying to get more use out of that palette. And now eyeshadow. I was actually originally only going to do this video about the eyeshadow I wore all week, and then I thought, why not talk about everything? I like talking about stuff. One of the palettes, oh god, this thing fell apart. This is the Wanderlust palette from Flower Beauty. As you can see, like this, I was holding it open, and I was holding it like this, and out of nowhere, this piece just like popped off. So, I don't know, the quality is, these are the cheapest palettes ever, but whatever. The eyeshadows in here are, I'd have a video on these palettes. They're not good. These palettes are not very good. They're all over the place with the formula. These two here are the best shades in the palette, and they're so dusty. They are barely packed in there. Like, you touch your brush and like a what am I thinking of, like an avalanche of powder just falls everywhere. Like, it's all over this one. This orange one fell all over this, and I kind of like wiped it away. But these are the two prettiest shades. This green one is also really, really pretty, and it's a different formula than the other ones there. So there's that one right there. I really like that green a lot. But the formula is different for every single shade. And yeah, this is the best of the 3 palettes. The other 2 are, oh god. But yeah, there's that palette. And it's falling apart. It's falling apart on me. Another palette that I use is a L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted Scented Eyeshadow Palette. I freaking love this palette. I love reaching for this. It's a joy to use it. Every time I use this, I love the way my eyeshadow looks. these shadows just blend easily. They blend themselves. They all work well together. I really enjoy this palette. Definitely one of my favorite things I bought all year. It smells like tahini to me. I don't know why, but it's a great palette. And then a little disappointment. This is something I mentioned here and there. It's from Burberry. It's the shade Pale Barley. It's one of their eyeshadow singles. This shadow is just, it's not what I wanted it to be. And I kept hearing people talk about it for a long time. And it looks really pretty when you build it up on your lids. Like, you have to build the crap out of this to get it to show up. And so I used it, like, I pull this out every once in a while just hoping it's going to be amazing. And it's just not. It's so expensive and it's not amazing. So I used this one day on all over the lids, and then I grabbed this little eyeshadow from L'Oreal. It's the Infallible Shadow in the shade Liquid Diamond. This is one of my favorite ones. And I used this on the all over the lid as well, like kind of complementing this one. And I loved the way it came out. These, of course, are like an OG favorite eyeshadow. And then I felt I like the way these two look together, but I still needed something more. So I grabbed off this little Laura Geller Baked Eclipse eyeshadow duo, and this is how it looks. This is a very shiny, very pretty eyeshadow duo. I used both shades to kind of just create that whole look I was wearing when I was trying to make that Pale Barley one work. So all four of those together, I loved the way my eyeshadow looked. I actually had this on yesterday, and I loved it. This is actually a really good eyeshadow duo. And then I have two palettes. I'm almost done, I promise. I just used a lot of different things this week. I asked my boyfriend, actually, to pick out a palette for me to use, and he picked out this one. And I was like, why'd you pick that one? He said, I don't know. And I was like, maybe it's because it has a lot of stuff. I really like this palette. I think it was really hard for me when I first got it because the formula is so different from anything I'm used to. I had to find the right brushes to use with it. I use a lot of the shades with my fingers, but I love this. Once I figured out the formula, I love every time I use this. I love it. I used, what did I do? I think I did like this kind of shades here on the lid, and on the lower lash line I had all this blue, and I loved it. I loved it so much. This palette, that's a classic. And then we have this. Oh boy. This is from Sally Beauty as well. It's from Palladio. Look how beautiful the shade selection looks on the box, right? Look at the back of the box. Look at all those beautiful shades you get in the palette. When I opened up this palette, I'm going to show you one more time. Look at this colorful selection. And then when you open the palette, look what's in the palette. Does it look like this? No. Does it look like this? Do these look like the same palette? Not really. When I opened this up, I remember being so shocked, like, what? Anyway, besides the color not being what I wanted, I was using it anyway. I really don't like this palette. Every time I used this, I hated the way my eyeshadow looked. I really, really don't like the formula on these. They swatch nicely. Like when I first opened it, I was like, oh my god, these feel really great. They feel like any other cheap eyeshadow. They feel like Morphe, and they look like a, what's the other brand? Not Coastal Scents. What's this brand right here? BH Cosmetics. It feels like a BH Cosmetics palette. Plastic. I'm taking this back. I hated my eyeshadow every time I wore this, and yeah, that's going back. And I think that's it. Every day I wear my L'Oreal Unlimited Mascara. I'm wearing this again today. This is the best mascara I've used in a long time. Love it a lot. And, oh, let me talk a little bit about it. So, it didn't flake or smudge or smear once at all. It's so easy to remove. You just wet your hands with warm water, splash it on there. You'll feel it soften up right away. Rub it around a little bit gently, and it'll just fall right off. Of course, wash your face, use your makeup remover. It's not falling off cleanly, but it's very easy to remove. I am loving this mascara. The only thing I have to say, too, about the formula, one thing I have to say about the formula, is it's very, I want to say it dries down quickly and sticky. So once you do one coat, go to the other side, and then immediately go back to the other side to do a second coat. Or just do them both right away, because by the time you go to your other eye, it's already drying. So when you're trying to put a second coat on, it kind of will start clumping your lashes together. So either just do one coat or two really fast coats. Don't try to do any more than that. The formula is not really made to do that kind of thing. But I love this. It lasts all day. No flaking, smudging, smearing. It doesn't fall down at all. I've really enjoyed this. I sell the crap out of this when I'm at work too, because people will ask, what mascara am I wearing? And I go, you know what? Let me tell you about this L'Oreal. And yeah, people love it. So anyway, that's it. longer video than I anticipated, but I used a lot of stuff this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. I wanted to watch it, so this is what I made. Thank you for watching, and yeah, thank you. Have a great day. I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.